Hey there everyone. So there's a few things I want to cover in this video, but being a rambling sort of being, I may not do so. The first thing I want to cover really is, in my last video I talked about how all living beings are connected. All souled beings, whether they are plants, animals, human, we are all intricately connected, and we are all one, and yet we are also individuals within that oneness. And that if any one of us is hurt, we all feel that. The trauma is collective, basically. Okay, we are a sea of consciousness, and one drop of poison that goes into that sea is felt by the whole consciousness. It's a kind of external manifestation of an internal state whereby the consciousness has been infected with what I call the hell contagion. Not all of it, but some of it, and it affects everything. And I don't know if you've ever noticed that when you go about your business, hey guys, you know, I don't know how, I wish I could communicate with all of you telepathically without using words, but unfortunately I'm not there just yet. You go about all the fucking shit that you're forced to do on a daily basis, or even when you're doing something that you choose to do, like going for a walk or whatever, and you meet other people, humans, and it's like the other day I went up on the moors. The moors is a sort of area all around here. It's quite nice, but it's quite bleak, but you know, it's sort of where I can get away from the perpetual weird sounds that everybody refers to as, people say it's tinnitus. No, it isn't. This sound is everywhere, and it's there's all these different types of frequencies and sounds and, you know, whatnot. Anyway, get to that in another video, but you don't hear it up on the moors. And there was the weird fog that day, which seems to be a worldwide thing. Interesting, because just to get that in very quickly, I was there and there was the fog, and it was a kind of yellowy colour, and to me, in my mind, it was a bit like mustard gas that was being used on soldiers in World War I, right? Anyway, it was all wrong, it felt all wrong, and I turned around and I went back down. I got to the car, and there was another car there, and two people got out. They had a really nice dog, but the first feeling I got of them was hostility, suspicion, negative, fear-based, almost like a hate-rage-based toxic energy, right? I'm pretty sure they were sold because it didn't feel cold and metallic, and they did not stink of washing powder. This is a dead giveaway, guys. 99% of the time. There are sold people who like to douse themselves and their clothing and their bedding in this toxic poison that goes for washing powder these days. They don't get it. Like one of my neighbours that I know is sold, she does it, and every time I interact with her, it's like, woof, wow. I mean, it's like a scent assault. I mean, it's energetic and it's very toxic and it's horrible. And my cat, Piker, goes visiting there, and when he comes back, I know he's been there because it's like, woof. And I hate it because, of course, he washes himself and he gets that filth into his body. It's an NPC thing, because they love all things poisonous and artificial. Anyway, yeah. So I felt that of them, this sense of the disconnect that has been artificially created. People, sold people, even someone like myself, and I do my inner work fastidiously, and you know, I have a certain amount of perspicacity and whatnot. I have spirit eyes, but I can feel what comes of other souled beings, and that includes animals, because animals are scared of people. We know that, don't we? Especially wild animals. Dogs and cats are not afraid of me, they all want to say hello, but you see the fear, you feel the fear in nature and in animals, because they're used to being hurt and harmed. Everybody, all us soul beings, are used to being brutalized and violated and hurt and harmed and gaslit and manipulated, and not having really any connection to self, because trauma-based mind control establishes the illusion, because it is, of complete disconnect from your true self, your divine nature, your true self, your sovereignty, your wholeness, your true self power, right? So that you become this feeble, poisoned, intoxicated, delusional, self-hating entity that needs to continually consume something to detract from that dreadful state of being, and that needs to be afraid because something bad is going to happen. It's inevitable. It's better to be afraid and you won't be disappointed. I mean, you are surrounded by other people, and for the longest time you don't know that a larger percentage of these beings are not souled and are not real and are there only to reinforce a certain state of existence. Reminds me of that film Existence with a Z, which was a artificial intelligence type game. So, and it's interesting of late, have you guys felt, has any of you felt this horrible yet clear knowing that the world is increasingly fake? It truly is revealing itself to us. It's revealing that dreadful sense of, oh, my connection, my belonging, my innate flow with myself, and thus with nature and animals, thus with other souled beings too, has been severed. We are all in a state of fear and loathing, suspicion, hostility. Yeah, there is also a certain amount of care and empathy and compassion and kindness and all that. That is there as well. I'm not saying it's all evil and bad. I'm not saying that. But here at the Kids from That Spiral, I'm into truth. And for that, we have to look at everything that is wrong, because that is what needs transformation, transmutation and healing. You can't heal something you're not aware of. There's a shitload of codependency, which is a very toxic way of trying to relate and trying to belong and trying to feel safe and trying to help others, because one part of this experience is that you see your loved ones, and that includes, you see your loved ones suffer terribly and there's fuck all you can do to help them. You can be there with them, you can see, you can be the witness, you can see what they're going through, you can feel that as an empath. You can say, I feel you, I get it, I understand, but you can't change anything. It's like, yeah, it's their journey, etc., etc. But it's a horrible experience. And then you, increasingly, as you wake up more and more and more, and you see the truth of this poor blighted world, where all living beings suffer all the time terribly. And again, you have that dreadful sense of helplessness and powerlessness as you see the disintegration and the terrible suffering, the terrible suffering that takes place here. All these elements are they lead to fragmentation, and they lead to a sense of disconnect. They lead to, and of course, because the mundane reality reinforcement officers that are all around us, reinforcing this way of thinking and feeling and being and existing and energetically, electromagnetically, you know, entanglement, whatever you want to call it, your true blue narcissist energy, that's what it is. Give me, the feed me. The codependency is there to feed the hell contagion. It's there to keep you running away from yourself, trying to help others that need to do their inner work and awaken and do their inner work and help themselves and so forth and so on. It's really twisted. And it's not for me to tell you how to, where to, when to, because you work it out for yourself. All these toxic entanglements of behavioral insanity that are inherently vampiric and parasitical and harmful and fucked up, and only serve to reinforce the disconnect. You end up feeling hurt, you end up feeling used, because of course you're not going to get this back. It's not going to be reciprocated back to you, you see, because it's parasitical. The world that we live in increasingly now, it's fake. It's totally and utterly fake, right? If it does a video talking about proclaiming to know truth about this, that and the other, but it's sat there with a Christmas hat on, you know it's fake. Because anybody who espouses these contrived fucking holidays that are totally and utterly fucking fake, I mean, that's Coca-Cola, for fuck's sake, Santa, right? Even in the Germanic pagan sense, it had far more to do with Wodan and the sacred trees and so forth and so on, and it had more meaning then, but it was still something that was given to the people, and it was still semi-dogmatic, less so than what we experience today, but still. Anything given to you from the outside that in the group sense, in the collective, we all adhere to without individuality is not real. That is not direct experience. That's vicarious, right? But of course, paradoxically, vicarious experiences contribute to influence a direct experience, and because everything is intermingled, and it's like, what the fuck. It's very, you know, osmosis, but if the Ashtar command, or should I say the Ashtar con mind, Ken and Barbie tell you, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen, dear ones, and talk to you in this really condescending manner, when all soul beings here are suffering now more than they have ever suffered, are literally screaming out in agony. A lot of them are, a lot of us are. And they're there looking all beautiful. The Pleiadians, these images that show up on YouTube for the Ashtar Commando, the Galactic Federation of Light, or the Pleiadian Forces of Light, and it's always dear ones, dear ones. The images, the thumbnails, always remind me of the Watchtower. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that magazine that the Jehovah's Witnesses produce, or used to produce. And it always had these really candied images, really sweet, really pretty, but all wronged, you know what I mean? Just like that. And that was always a pack of lies, and you know, it was like, cultism. And all those YouTube channels, I mean, they have a shitload of subscribers, and there's a lot of the sort of the whole Q thing is coming up again, and the whole Trump thing, and all this stuff. And it's all fake, and it's all fake, and it's all fake. I mean, if they were for real, they would tell you, these Pleiadian Barbie dolls, they would tell you that you don't live on a spinning ball, because no matter how big a round spherical object body in space gets, upside down is upside down. It simply isn't fucking possible. It's a fucking lie, and they're mocking you. You believe that lie without thinking, because you're in the trauma-based mind control state, the fugue, and you can't think straight. Because if you did, you would realise that it's a complete lie. Hello? Just a minute, guys, I'll just get my cup of tea. They never tell you that. All they ever do is make you feel small, because they're very condescending and they're very patronising, and they never fucking acknowledge the truth of what we are actually experiencing here. Not at all. But something is up with that fog, that mist, and with those UAPs, so-called, and whatnot. It's the whole plasma thing, and that takes me directly to his dark materials, where it's dark matter. Mary Malone, the scientist, is studying dark matter. And then Lyra comes along. If any of you haven't seen this mini-series or read the books, I highly recommend his Dark Materials. It used to be called the Northern Light series. The truth inherent in it is just, wow, incredible. Anyway, it goes on about dust, particles, plasma, in other words. And what is it? It's consciousness. And what is going on now is very, very strange. In our left-brained, hell contagion infected consciousness cannot make any sense of it. We're used to thinking a certain way, feeling a certain way, operating a certain way. It's like a computer with a really shitty infected operating system, which is really slow and sluggish. Even those of us who have really done the work, and we have our spirit eyes are bigger and bigger and bigger, and we get it more and more, but we have presence more and more and more, and the bigger picture is getting more and more, what the actual fuck? It's incredible. Plasma is consciousness. These orbs are consciousness. Because I was out there, the fog, yeah, and I felt it. I thought, yeah, this is all wrong. But at the same time, I knew or felt, And I can't be certain about any of these things. There's always a shitload of cognitive dissonance going on. We have, without any doubt, in my humble opinion, been under attack these last 10 days. The so-called fucking holiday period is always very satanic. As in Santa. Yeah. Satan Day. Yeah. Anyone who adheres to that, anyone who celebrates that, and then purports to make and does a video talking about, oh, this is how it's going to be in 2025, and it's like, so you believe in time then? You claim to be awake and you claim to know what's going on, but there you're telling me that, oh, it's now 2025, and it's like, no, it isn't. That's complete and utter fabrication. It's a complete lie. And the Earth is always round. And it's always January, February, March, and this is going to happen now, and that planet is moving here, but those planets aren't real. No. It's consciousness imprintment is what it is, I'll tell you that now, and it's all directly influencing the consciousness. Consciousness influences itself in two ways, either in the light, the true consciousness, which is freeing, which is truth, which is love, warm, which is healing. Yeah? And healing is an unpleasant experience because that which is evil, dark, rotten to the core has to be exposed. We can't just leave it there. That's what the nice Pleiadian Barbie dolls want us to do. They want to, oh no, that's negative. We don't deal with that. We just pretend that's not there. And, you know, the Ashtar Con mind wants you to ignore that. Because that is where it lives, you see. I lost track. There is no such thing as 2025. It's complete and utter garbage, and anyone who espouses that is not to be trusted. It's as simple as that. And anyone who celebrates Christmas and wishes you a happy new year and then goes on to tell you this is going on and that's going on as if they fucking know is not to be trusted. Go onto YouTube and have a look and see if you can see and feel with your spirit eyes the complete and utter artificial reality we are now seemingly meandering around in, right? And you think, oh my god, that's scary. No, I don't want to do that because that means we're fucked, and the fog and bad things are happening and we're fucked because we've been under attack. Because I don't know about you, but I feel as if I've gone 10 rounds with, well, Mike Tyson here, right? And I can feel the frequency in my jaw and down the back of my neck, and like, whoa, motherfucker, wow. And yet it is a purge. It's a purge surge of epic proportions, because the hell contagion is being dislodged now, diminishing, clearing, transmuting, alchemizing. I don't fucking know what word to use, but you know, it is what it is, whatever that is. So evil has to be revealed as within, so without. And that's what it's doing. It's horrifying to behold. It truly is. And to know this disconnected, fearsome state that we exist in with regard to other souled beings, right? And it is an illusion, by the way. It's all an illusion, because we never were disconnected. The self-connection, your true self, your divine self, your true self is always there. It never went away. That true divine connection that is light, that is love with other soul beings, with nature, is there. It never went away. All evil can do, it can't sever it, but it can take you and turn you away from it and make you believe it isn't there. Because it's a liar, and it's a thief, and it's a gaslighter, and it's very, very good at what it does. Very good at what it does. Never underestimate your enemy. Eh? That innate connection with all living beings, and we are all Gaia, we are divine, as in we are God. You know, we are the Great Mother. We are the living waters of life, and that connection was never severed, but it's been covered over with filth and lies, and now it's hostile. You may meet another soul person and yet you bounce off each other, you know, you're not vibing because they have different, they're not awake and you're not that awake, or whatever, and they believe this and they believe that and they say that, and it's like, oh, you know, and people, I can see it all the time, people arguing, and in the comment section even, and it's abuse and it's fear and it's rage and it's because it's the hell contagion reinfection agent, you see, that's what it is. It's a sickness. And it's like, and here now in this artificial fake reality that we seemingly now are traversing, I should say, it is more so than ever, because it's very pronounced, because it as the enemy is being defeated and becomes entrenched, as it were, in a corner, it fights more bitterly and more viciously than ever. That's the nature of the beast. It's not just going to say, oh, okay, I've lost, yeah, I see it, I get it, I'll just give up then, and yeah, no. I mean, I came across, this is a mini-series done about June, going back in time to the creation of the Bene Gesserit witches, and I thought, I bet you it's really satanic, and I had a quick look at a clip of it. Within 3 seconds, I felt it connect. It was like, whoa, get it away from me. I've been literally not being able, I mean, more than ever now, I'm super sensitive. And see how satanic everything is. As in, I know it. When I see it, when I feel it, and I know it. I know what it is. It's a sickness. You either feel that and know it intrinsically, or you don't. Through the layers, the only only souls that are capable of doing that are the ones who are doing their inner work. And doing your inner work is not something that you it's an initiation. That is what it is. It's an initiation that your true self starts. Your lower mind, the infected part of you, wouldn't even conceive of the notion. So until the moment comes where something inside of you goes click, and you start to understand to how to introspect, how to learn to, oh, I can observe my own mind, I can observe my own emotions, I can observe my own behavior, I know that there's more to it than that, but you'll know. That's when you start to develop your spirit out, then you begin to really see and know what's what. That's when you start to feel pretty shit. Because evil and what it has done and what it is, it's not going to make you feel good. Ergo, healing is a difficult journey, to say the fucking least. And all hail to those of us who are traveling this train. Yeah? Our sacred, innate connection with other soul beings can never, ever be destroyed. It is innate, it is infinite, and it is eternal. Alright? It is incredibly difficult to trust that, because evil has done such an incredible number on us. Right? The biggest linchpin to it all, the be-all and end-all to it all, is evil always wins, and there's nothing you can do, because that makes you feel that stepping into the light of your true divine self, to re-establish in your own consciousness that connection, that trust, that faith, that ability to surrender, to forgive, is the resistance to that is feral, it's rabid, it's dripping with poison. It doesn't want that, you see, because that part of your consciousness is conscious, because consciousness is conscious, and so the part of your consciousness infected with this pathogen, the hell contagion, call it the sin pathogen, is another way of putting it, it will resist that. And I feel the last 10 days especially, some clearing has happened that is very deep and very full on, and whoa, it's been incredible. Mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, electromagnetically, plasmodically, or whatever. Yeah, wow. It's really been an onslaught of epic fucking proportions. So when you go out there, wherever it is you go, whether it's work, which is an evil, horrible word, for something that we are forced to do in order to earn this evil thing called money, because the need for money has created an almost endless Hegelian dialectic type of scenario where people will do anything for the money they need to survive. Seriously, I will. There's an entire family in Cambodia starving to death, and they sell their 3-year-old youngest to the child traffickers so that they may eat. You get my drift. This entire fake nightmare world that is not real, that is fake, has all come about because of this false disconnect state. Oh well, I don't know anything, and I'm nothing, and I don't trust anybody, or they're all people are fucking evil, people are bad. The reason you think that is because you have come across mundane reality reinforcement officers many times, and most of the time, not always by the way, but a lot of the time, their behavior is such that it will reinforce you or your thinking that way. Yeah. It's incredible. So anyway, I don't know, but navigating this healing, this transmutational shift, whatever, is a massive commitment. Getting yourself out from the belief that evil always wins and there's nothing you can do. Establishing this awareness of the ability to say, actually, I choose my light. I can feel my power. I can feel my light. I know what love is. You see, you need to remind yourself, you have to continuously remind yourself that you know what love is. And you wouldn't even know that if evil had all the power. There would not be such a thing. You would not exist because you're of the light. You see, that's it. It wants you to think that either there is no light at all and evil has all the power and it's all seek evil game, or it wants you to believe that the light and love is weak and it has been defeated or will be defeated or whatever. Right? And it's an onslaught, and you've suffered and you've been through a hell of a lot of shit, so it's very easy to just believe, oh yeah, I might as well just believe evil which wins, there's nothing you can do. And then if I just believe that, because it will say that, oh, if you choose light you're going to get badly hurt, you're going to get badly betrayed, or evil will punish you, whatever, right? So your knee-jerk self-protective reaction is to, oh, just stay in the dark then. Self-torture, self-torment, believe the worst, right? So imagine all these tortures, horrible scenarios, this can happen, that's going to happen, oh my god, we're all fucked, right? That is, seriously, that's torture. That is not safety, right? When you step into the light, you can feel that warmth, you can feel it, you know it's real, it's very supportive. And it says surrender, let that go, surrender. You can't make it go away. Surrender isn't making it go away. Surrender is stepping out of it, witnessing, seeing without letting it fuck with you. But it's something that you learn, and it's something that you can do here a bit and then lose it and can do it a bit. It's a bit like a muscle. It's very tough actually. You're going to get it wrong all the time, but that's fine. Just keep at it. Keep at it. Don't give up. Never give in. Keep at it. Keep at it. Because that is what it is to liberate yourself from this filth. Yeah. We belong. We are the living waters of life. We are innately connected. It's not even a connection. Connection is not really a word, because it means that you're outside of it and you are connected to something, like you plug something in and then it's connected, but inevitably it's something that doesn't belong in it, it's out of it, and you plug it in and then it's connected. See, so do you see how language is totally fucking weaponized? So it's not about that. It is innate. We are that. We are love. We are light. All of us are. And I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about today. You know? We are. We are the generators of the experience, the dreamers within the dream, something like that. We've had an experience, but we weren't gonna fucking do it forever, and it's time to call it a fucking day. And it is ending. So keep remembering we are love. Keep remembering that the sickness that is the hell contagion is a liar, it's lying, it lies. Because consciousness is conscious and it wants to stay in control. And what it does, it generates artificial reality, because evil cannot create, right? It cannot create. Evil is like Costco. That's what it, you know, one of these home improvement type places where you go for the really crap, shitty fitted kitchens and plastic grass and everything is beige and magnolia and grey and black, and you know, you can look at these videos, and I don't necessarily espouse any of this as such, only in a kind of spiritized type of way, which is not left brain, it's very different, it's fluid, but you know, all Tartaria type shit. And I don't think it was called Tartaria, I usually think it was Atlantis or something like that. But you look at the buildings that were built, they can't do that now. They can't create the type of statues with the veils that it would have needed precision type tools that we are told they didn't have. The lies are just, wow, incredible. Truly, the lies are, wow. I mean, you're rendered speechless when you witness the lying. But people get stuck in these places of proving that the earth is flat, and it's like, I don't need to prove it, it's obvious to me, and I'm not going to get involved in the diatribe and the online wars, none of that, because that's what it wants, you see. It wants to feed, oh god, it needs to feed, to create this artificial reality that we see around us. And it's all falling apart, and it's so ridiculously insane and bizarre now. It's not making any fucking sense. Feel your power within you, the power of love, and keep forgiving, alright? Forgiveness is a really powerful medicine, people. I find this to be true, and surrender and letting go as well. You might think that all that vengeance and rage and hate that you feel, that you want to carry on feeling, because it is very addictive. The sickness makes you very addicted. It turns you into an addict, and you want to feel that way because you feel like you're going to get one over on the enemy. But you won't. You never fucking will. You will feed it and feed it and feed it, and you are doing yourself harm and making yourself sick. It's very tough, I know. You will go through the purge surges where you're screaming and railing and all of it. Oh boy. Because that... And you'll see that black shit coming out of you. Or maybe you will do it in a different way. Each their own, I dare say. But, you know. It's all fake, people. It's all completely and utterly and utterly and utterly and utterly totally fucking fake. The people that you thought were real and existed are not real, and they don't exist. Right? Everything you're told pretty much is all convoluted lies within gaslighty lies. And when I say it isn't real, I mean this in the strictest sense, like literally. It isn't fucking real at all. It's a false, fake lie. But love is very real. And you say, well, why hasn't it delivered me from evil? Why hasn't it done this and why hasn't it done that? And I don't trust it. It's a fucking lie. I hate love because it's done this to me. And all of these tortuous... Yeah, I know. But you'll keep coming back to it because it's the only place to go. Right? Forgiveness doesn't mean that you acquiesce or that you bend down or that you put up with or whatever. It's tolerate evil and filth. No. It's about stepping back and seeing, observing, knowing what is what. And yes, I see it. And you know it's a sickness. And it is a decision to no longer be in this reactive state. To no longer fight fire with fire, which doesn't work in this case. To no longer beat yourself up, hurt yourself, stick knives in yourself. It's saying, I forgive, I let this Guys, surrender this state of being in favor of self-love. I deserve my freedom, my liberation. I deserve my true essence to be in the I am. I am again. I don't belong in the Ashtar con mind with Ken and Barbie and the, you know, the plastic grass. It's here it's called what's it called again? I always fucking forget, man. There's these horrible places where you go and it's really generic, because that is all evil does. It creates a generic world devoid of colour, and it's all plastic, right? And it cares so much in climate change, yeah. But the very fact that this world is one giant fucking rubbish tip, because since, I don't know, people have been like chucking stuff away. Everything goes in the bin and a bin and a bin, and where do you think that all goes? Right? Where do you think that goes? If they truly cared about the climate, they'd do something about all that, but they don't give a fuck. It's all bullshit. It's all Hegelian dialectic, evil's greatest little trick. And it's all fake. It's fake on every layer and in every aspect that you care to imagine. Fake. It's fake, it's dead. When you come across that which is living, another souled being, even if at first you feel the fear, hostile sense that you feel whenever you come across people, because you're so used to being abused and violated and brutalized and gaslit and so forth and so on, so that fear is so habitual, right? And yet often, have you not noticed how there's that eye contact and there's a connection and you feel it, and it's crystalline and it's living, and you know, and you smile at each other, or you stop and have a little chat, and yeah, it's there. An animal, yeah. Put your hand against a tree and feel, and that tree communicates with you, right? All that is there. It is good, it is true, it is alive. If evil had all the power, that would not be fucking possible. I would not be sat here making this video. And I guess that's all I want to say for today, guys, yeah? So YouTube is up to its old tricks again with regards to my sub levels and comments and likes and so forth and so on. So please make sure, if you want to be alerted, that's the wrong word, but if you want to know that I've done another video, and check your little bell thing, your notification and whatnot. And I'm always interested in your experience. Very, very much, and I care very, very much, because you are my family. You are soul travelers, and I feel a deep connection with all of you. So if you feel up to it, leave a comment, talk about what's going on in your little experience or big experience over there, right? Because I do these videos to connect in part with you. I'm not here. Well, that's really it, isn't it? I do it for myself, and also because I want to connect. See, there we have it. That's all wrong, isn't it? We are already connected. Oh, language, man. Fuck! Right, so leave a comment if you can, if you feel up to it. You don't have to, you know. But I just want to say thank you for being here and listening to my videos. Thank you for the comments that you leave, for the likes. Thank you for being you and being beautiful and being precious, and for doing the work, and for having such courage and integrity and perseverance and perspicacity, because soul travelers are perspicacious, right? And just, guys, just remember, we're used to living vicariously. We live now because the fakery is living through the screen. So you're looking at your phone, you're looking at your computer, and oh, this is going on and that's going on. Because I tell you this, right, I knew nothing about fog until that day when I went up on the moors and there was all that fog business going on. Hey, Piker. Right, fog. And I was talking to my friend about it, and we were kind of musing about that and thinking, what's that about? The next day, all over fucking YouTube, there was all the fear porn about the fog. Oh, it's worldwide, around the globe, right? And oh, they're going to kill us, and they're giving us dough, and people coming out with the mass consciousness, which is heavily infected and is dumber than a fucking bag of hammers, was coming out with all kinds of ridiculous, toxic fucking garbage, right? And it's always bad, and it's always negative, and hey, guess what? What's that about? Well, because evil wants you, it, the consciousness, to create these hellish scenarios, because it's all predictive programming. And it's like, wow, here I was on the moors with this fog thinking, wow, what the hell? And the next day, boom. You just pay attention at how fake all this is now. Wow, truly, it's incredible. Right, all my love to all of you. Bless you.